Williamtown received its highest daily May rainfall on
Almost
record.
half of the world's migratory species are in decline, and 1 in 5 is now at risk of extinction.
I'm standing here in Glenbog State Forest. High density glider habitat, greater gliders and yellow-bellied gliders, and you see what's happened to it under what are said to be good harvesting rules. But you tell me whether you think it looks as if this habitat is still okay for gliders. And think what might be happening to 150 other species throughout the forests of New South Wales that are now classified at least as vulnerable. This is the kind of thing that has simply got to stop.
You can see all around us, all of this area, how much logging has happened here just in a few weeks. I mean, there's really not much left here. So there's 3 operations that are planned here, and that's maybe about 1,000 hectares. They're planning to log of core greater glider habitat, despite the fact that we've found more than 50 den trees so far.
So behind me you see the logging ends, and that's because 50 metres beyond this boundary there's a den tree which Andrew found, and that set up an exclusion zone which limited logging in this area. As a matter of fact, just behind me here we've found another den tree with 2 gliders in it.
From the perspective of endangered species, I mean, it's just a critical time because this is their last habitat that is being lost right now at a time of climate change, which is potentially going to lead to a wave of extinctions in our forests if we don't stop logging them now.
Yes. This is carbon that is stored for a very long time in a natural situation. This is carbon which is about to get emitted into the atmosphere. The more we have of this sort of carbon, the better it is for our climate, as well as, of course, for the wildlife that uses this tree as a habitat. Even 20 years ago, we thought of protected areas like national parks as being set aside for the conservation of nature. But now we know that the ecosystems within protected areas are absolutely crucial for the abatement of climate change as well. In fact, it's very unlikely that Australia could meet even its existing climate targets unless we conserve more forests. Let's remember that for all of the extraordinary amounts of money that have been invested in research into carbon capture, forests and other ecosystems are still the only really reliable carbon capture mechanisms. If we don't use nature for carbon capture, we're not likely to be able to capture much at all. And the consequences for that, in terms of climate change, are unimaginable. A carbon credit scheme doesn't have the purpose of achieving conservation. It has the purpose of making carbon in the forest tradable, financialising carbon so people can trade it back and forth. But the technical difficulties in measuring that carbon are almost insurmountable. Government has always got some massive benefits for the community out of reserving national parks. And it is just not sensible for government to be trying to squeeze a little bit more money out of the forests when they put all of these other things at risk. Sometimes I try to work out why such irrational behaviour continues. It's not an economic explanation. Obviously, it's not an environmental explanation. In terms of the kind of problems that faces our society, it's tremendously easy to stop this activity. It's been done in big slabs on a number of occasions in fairly recent history. This is really just a matter of finishing off a job that was started 30 years ago.